All right, we're in the swamp here. I messed up. I looked at my battery wrong on my GoPro, and my one battery was practically dead, had like 4%. Then my spare had 50-something%. What an idiot. So we're gonna have a short video today. Well, I got 50% battery. But we out here in the swamp. It's August 15th. First day of small game. This is a dual purpose trip. Of course, I'd like to shoot a pig, and I hadn't seen a lot of pig sign. Actually, that's the first I come across there. And that looks like a big boar out in here by itself. He's rooted a little bit and hanging out around that wallow there. But we're gonna check some persimmons. The main reason I came into this end of this little bottom, it's like noon, or it's probably 2 o'clock actually, is to check some persimmons. Because my work's picking up, so I don't know how much time I'll get scouting, you know. So these hunting and these trips to the swamp's got to be hunting and scouting. So that's what we're doing. So we're gonna ease in here. We got a good wind, and it really ain't as hot as normal as it's been being. It's like 88. I think 3 days ago the heat index was 104. So it's been being pretty warm. But I saw some muscadines in the road, some grapes, wild grapes. So maybe there's a big sandy area up here that usually has a lot. Maybe there'll be some in there. But y'all come on and go with me, and if I don't have much camera work in this video, I do apologize. I'm an idiot. Big boar, big boar. Simply because I didn't check my camera. I almost brought my old camera, but I brought this one. All right, let's go. Let me tell y'all something, it is hot. It's cool to what it's been being, but it's pretty warm. Had seen very little pig sign. I checked, I don't know, probably a dozen persimmons, and I found 2 that had just a sprinkling of persimmons on them, not enough to hunt. So we're gonna work our way back through this swamp. I did, when I come across the end down here, I seen a sow track with some 20-pound pigs, and I'm gonna make a loop down that way and see if I can find them. And then we're gonna head on back to the truck and go check another place. I want to appreciate my buddy Pat Kelly. He gave me this shirt I got on as a gift. Well, he came down and went hunting with us and sent it to me in the mail. It was a big surprise. And I was tickled to death. I got a new shirt to hunt with, and then I found out how much it costs. And man, I want to hug him. So it's one of these. But anyway, I can tell you right now, it's cooler. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna go spend that kind of money on one, but it was a gift and I appreciate it. But I can tell it's cooler, and the water the sweat goes away pretty quick. And I've been wearing a bandana here on my head, and it is soaked. I couldn't stick it in water and make it any wetter. I think I'm gonna put that hood that's on the back of this thing on my head to keep the mosquitoes off. And they are terrible. The river flooded real quick when we had that tropical storm, but it dropped right back down. I mean, in a matter of days. But what we got is the standing water in these sloughs, and the trees are draining it up pretty good too. But the mosquitoes are thick right now, and they're gonna be for a week or two. So anyway, that's where we're at. Shooting the bow, having to spare my battery. I ain't got a lot of battery, but I'll do better next time. Let's make us a loop around, see if we can find something. Come on. Alrighty, I came and checked this persimmon. I knew it was here. This is about as big as they get right here. This is a fine persimmon. And my binoculars, you have to take my word for it, this thing won't zoom good enough, but it is loaded. And they're, according to that, they ain't long from dropping. And there's pig sign under the tree here. See the pig sign? Right there. So this tree here will be one to keep in mind. I would put this tree, there's another one. I would put this tree not real high on my list of killing trees. And this is the only one I found so far that's got good persimmons on it. because of this bank right here. I don't like the bank. I'm looking, this is, that direction's west. Here's east. Some good places up in here to get. And on this side, man, you're talking about some good spots. Look right over here. Right up in there. Really good. In the evenings, I would hunt this in the evenings. I would probably get right over there. There's another tree. I know there's another one on down this slough here. But that's one place that we found, and it is loaded too. That's a big old tree. So we got us one spot. We won't be happy till we get 20. And there's pigs already coming. Already coming. And we had 2 ripe persimmons there. There's another one. They still got that yellow tint, but when they bust, when they hit the ground, that means they're ready. So all right, that's what we look for right there. We try to find as many of them as we can. And Lord willing, we do some killing. Y'all come on, let's go check another one. All right, we're in the second spot here. We fished these, and actually the water's way lower here than I expected it to be compared to where we were at. Of course, we are upriver from there. So we're gonna go across in here. Had this camera pointing crazy. Go across in here and check for some feed sign. For some persimmons. There's several in here I want to check. Pig bin right there. Several places in here I want to check. And we will, oh yeah, look right here. That's what we're after. Let's ease in here and see if we can find a pig. All right, I come and checked another tree here. One I've never hunted, but I was gonna hunt it last year and I didn't. And they are hanging like grapes up there. It is loaded. The ground's tore up under it now. I saw one on the ground. And there's the tree there. That would be about your normal size one there. It's got plenty of limbs on the top of it up there. It's loaded too. I can see them hanging up there like 6 or 8 of them in a wad. But I'm looking here for ground hunting. This is, we're getting about 4 o'clock in the evening probably. There's the west. You can see the west. West is that way. I don't really want to hunt on the east or west side, but in the afternoon, I would set on the west, or at least either northwest or southwest. There's a good tree right over here to get on the ground. I'm talking about ground hunting now. And I'm looking, this place here is what I'm looking at the most of. Sitting right here. Having all this here for back cover. Sit right here. You could possibly get behind this. Sit right here. Shoot through that crack. Be a pretty good place right there. Give you about a 15-yard shot. That's what we do. We look for places to hunt. We keep on looking until we find a bunch of them, and then when hunting season comes, we come get on them. That's number 2 we found so far today. 2 places to hunt. Let's keep looking. I'm seeing a good bit of pig sign. Maybe we'll catch a pig in here this evening. This is what I call the lower bottom right here. It's too low for chestnuts. A few overcuts. A lot of grapevines. I saw a whole lot of bullets on the road, but I've not seen a single one in the swamp. It's a rack buck right there. A big buck right there. He was 30 yards right there, probably 25. This is for my brother James right here. James Woods. James came in here with me during the winter and we was hunting, and I told him about this little island right here that myself and brother John, every now and then, one of us would post right here and the other one would walk through there and, you know, stir stuff up. Well, that's where these deer just come from, James, right where you were standing at. Right here. How cool is that? 2 does and a rack buck. If we'd have been in here doing that, James, you'd have probably got a shot. I could have probably shot that joker if I'd have had 5 more yards on him. That's so cool. I was going to go up in that island and look for pigs, but I think I'm not going to go in there. It's a little boggy. And I kind of want to keep it fresh, so when it gets bow season, me and James or Jason or Chris or somebody, Landon, we'll drive this thing 2 or 3 times this year. I guarantee you somebody shoot something. Let's go. I hope y'all could see that buck. You probably if you'd expanded it. It looked like a 6-point. At first I thought it was a big rack buck. The first deer was a little doe. The second one was a spike, I think. And that one was a nice buck. That's too cool. Too cool. Let's ease on and see if we can find one. That was pretty cool. I don't know if you could see him. That was some stupid camera work I had going on there, but there was looked like a 6-point, a little rack buck. Him and a doe and a spike maybe. They crossed. I was going to go on an island. They crossed where the funnel of a big lake is at, and it narrows down to like a 70-yard stretch, and it's a pretty big island in there, probably 10 acres. Maybe not that, but close to that. But it's a lot of grass out there with the forked seeds this time of year. I forget what you call that grass. But I was going to ease around out there and see if I could catch a pig on it. And when I just was getting started, I saw 2 does, or the spike and the doe come sneaking by. And then a second later, that rack buck come, and he was right behind them just sneaking. And if James or anybody of my buddies would have been hunting with me, Chris, they'd have got a shot right there probably, because I'd have put him right where he crossed. And I mean, they were 25 yards from me. I'm not going to shoot an animal that far. But had I been in deer hunting mode, I'd have probably gained 5 yards when he stopped behind that tree and got me 20 yards on him. But we can't shoot one right now, so I ain't going to. But that was exciting. That's the fourth deer I've had under 30 yards today. I got them 3. None of them were farther than 30 yards, 35. The first 2. Then earlier today, when we first started, I got within probably 20 of one that had jumped out of his bed and didn't know I was there, couldn't figure it out. And that one I probably could have shot. But this is cool. I ain't seen a pig yet. I've been seeing some good sign in this low bottom here, but not what you'd expect. But we moving around and looking. I see quite a few dog tracks in here. I think in between the turkey and small game, I think people come in off the river. They ain't supposed to, but they in here with the dogs after. But anyway, it is what it is. We're here today. The Lord's blessed us with a fine day. And I know I look stupid with this hood on, but man, this thing is cool. Thank you again, Pat. I'm really digging this shirt. I'd never thought I'd spend this kind of money on a shirt, and I didn't. You gave it to me. But it's possible I may buy one of these. It fits much cooler, and the bugs ain't wearing my back out. I like it. It's my buddy Jason and James both did a review on this Sitka, is it? Sitka shirt, so I ain't going to. But y'all can check it out. Y'all know me if you've been watching my channel. I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. And if you hear me say I might spend that on one of these shirts, you know it's pretty impressive. Check this out. I'm ready to hear this puppy sing in here on a pig. We're gonna make a mile and a half from the truck. Our first loop was 3.5 miles. This one here's gonna be about 5. We just getting into it good. It's probably 5 o'clock. All this stuff was underwater a week or so ago when we had the tropical storm. And it killed, looks like it killed all this green stuff here. They usually look like peas. But they're covered in mud. That's what that brown tin is. Everything's brown. See that there? I ain't seen a pig. I've seen some sign, nothing really get me. I mean some fresh sign, but not a lot. We headed our way back towards the truck, checked several persimmons, and so far the 2 is the only 2 that we found that's huntable. And both of them look pretty good. Big boar hogs right there. Plenty of sign in here. Or not plenty, there's some sign in here. Let's keep on going. Now, maybe we'll catch one on the way out. We got a ways to go. We're in the heart of the swamp right here. Beautiful sunset. Thank you, good Lord. Hey, I gotta show y'all something. I just came up on this. I've not hunted right here a ton where I'm at, but see this top of this little tree here? That was cut with a saw. And it fell and it stuck in the ground. That's been cut a long time ago. And I think this is where it come from, out of this big cypress here. And look at it, it's got a saw mark in it. Look at that. That's barely can touch it with my bow up here. Is that not crazy? I mean, we in the woods in there too now. Look at the size of that tupelo right there. Some big old trees. That's cool. Look at, you can see it good from over here. See that gap? Look at that. You can see the saw cut on that tree there now. Is that not wild? Beautiful country right here. You'll bust your crack on these cypress knees if you ain't careful. Alright, looks like this thing's telling me I'm about out of battery. So, unless we get on one on the way out, this will be it. Thank y'all for watching my video. We did a little hunting and scouting. Seen some deer. I jumped up another deer after I saw that buck a while ago. Have not seen a hog and really hadn't seen any impressive hog sign. But that's what we're doing. This is our first trip out. This tree here is worthy to look at. Y'all keep the good Lord first. Pray for one another. And pray for me. Pray for us all. Look at this tree here. Big old cypress. Then it's got all this going on. Got a hole in it. And this tree here is a different kind. That's not a cypress. It looks like a maple. Maybe. But it's all joined together there. Things you see in the woods. See y'all next time. Thank y'all for watching. Keep the good Lord first.